Join me as I dive deep into the question, what would Prophet Muhammad do about corrupt leaders today? Can I find real-life examples and solutions that resonate with his teachings? Leadership is a sacred responsibility in Islam, and Prophet Muhammad set the highest standard for ethical governance. He demonstrated a leadership style that was just, compassionate, and transparent, inspiring generations to follow in his footsteps. Today, we're going to explore how his teachings can guide us in addressing the issue of corrupt leaders. Prophet Muhammad exemplified exceptional leadership qualities that are in stark contrast to the corrupt practices we see today. He was a leader who led by example, demonstrating humility, compassion, and justice in all his actions. He was transparent in his decision-making, involving his community in the governance of the state and encouraging open feedback. He was a leader who practiced what he preached, never compromising on his values, even when it was difficult. He was a leader who put the needs of his people before his own, often going without so that others could have. In contrast, corrupt leaders prioritize their own interests, hiding behind a veil of secrecy and exploiting their power to manipulate and control. They are driven by greed, arrogance, and a desire for prestige, often leaving their people to suffer in the shadows. This is not leadership, it's tyranny, and it's a far cry from the selfless service that Prophet Muhammad embodied. There was a time when a wealthy merchant named Abdurrahman bin Auf, who had migrated to Medina, was accused of hoarding grain and manipulating prices. The Prophet was informed, and he immediately addressed the issue, publicly rebuking Abdurrahman for his actions and warning him that hoarding was a serious offense. This incident highlights the Prophet's commitment to fairness, his willingness to hold people accountable, and his emphasis on the importance of transparency in governance. In another instance, the Prophet was given a gift of milk by a Bedouin, but he refused to accept it, saying that he couldn't take something that didn't belong to him. This small act speaks volumes about his integrity and commitment to just governance. These stories, and many more like them, offer us valuable lessons in leadership, highlighting the importance of accountability, transparency, and compassion. So, what can we learn from the Prophet's teachings, and how can they inform our responses to corrupt leaders today? The key lesson is that leadership is about serving others, not oneself. It's about prioritizing the greater good, being transparent in decision-making, and holding oneself accountable for one's actions. It's about embodying compassion, justice, and integrity, even in the face of adversity. Before I go, I want to leave you with a challenge. Share your thoughts in the comments below. How can we hold leaders accountable for their actions? What steps can we take to create a more just and equitable society? Don't forget to watch my next video on ethical leadership, where I'll be exploring more examples from the Prophet's life and discussing practical solutions for creating positive change.